Welcome back, guys, to Season 5, back here in the northeast of England with Norton Stockton Ancients, where we're going to be kicking off our Vanarama National League North campaign today. We've got a few things to go over beforehand, though, a few signings. Obviously, we've had a long pre-season, so we're going to run the intro and then we'll get going. That's right, guys, welcome back to Grassroots to Giants here in the northeast of England with Norton Stockton Ancients. As I said, we have had a very long off-season. There's been a few things happening. First of all, due to the league rules, we are now expanding the stadium. It is going to be an expansion up to 3,500 capacity, I believe. Financially, what this has done for us, though, because we didn't have the money, is we now have a debt of £350,000, a bank loan basically, which we have to repay. The rest of it has been funded by the board. As a result, our balance is now £12,500 in the red. We're also committed to spending more than our wage budget allows. We've had, I'd say, a disappointing pre-season, off-season to be fair, in terms of players who have wanted to come into the club. If we have a look at the season preview, we are predicted to finish 7th. We are 8-1 to win the league. We started off at 34 though, so we've had a little bit of a good summer. We've still got Jordan Eastham, who is rated as the best player in the league. We've also got Jacob Cubban, who is rated as the best right back in the league. Incidentally, Jacob Cubban has had some bids come in for him. He's asking to leave. You can see here he's unhappy. Disappointing not to be allowed to join Cambridge, but I wasn't going to let him go because he is still a good player. The club, the board have changed their views. They expect us to avoid a relegation battle. So we may have hit a little bit of a ceiling with how far our progress is going to go, which is a little bit surprising considering how easily we won the league last season. But we're going to go over the transfers anyway. You can see that there's still some bids in. Joe Snowden is continually underbid, and I'm looking into bringing Luke Spokes on a free. Not the greatest. It's a free agent offer as well, which is basically the agents trying to push their players onto you. But we've been left a little bit short of options. In terms of the transfer history, Josh Scott and Charlie Winfield have both left. That's both of the left backs at the club. I tried to get Winfield to sign a contract, but he wouldn't. He has gone to Crawley, who are obviously in the Vanarama National division above us. Josh Scott has actually gone to Hyde United, who are now in the same division as us. They came up with us last season. So we've lost both the left backs. In terms of the players that we've brought in, though, first of all through the door was Callum Gribbin on loan from Barrow. He is well, you can see just where he plays. He can play pretty much anywhere across the final third of the pitch, but he is going to be the inside forward on the right. He is left footed. He does enjoy big matches, however he is inconsistent and he is injury prone, but it just shows you the kind of player that we've been able to attract, which is, it's been disappointing. He is an excellent free kick taker though, and he's got some decent flair as well, so he is on free kick duties. Next was a young man called Wes Cunningham, the 18-year-old. Again, a free transfer, previously of Everton. Centre half, right back, can also play in the midfield. He's okay. He's okay. You can see where he ranks among the centre halves that we've got at the club, but he has got good potential, which could be handy. Danny Constable was another one, centre midfielder. Again, formerly of Everton. He's not too bad. But it's pretty much the best that we could attract to the club. Kieran Williams is again a free transfer. He's on loan. He's on loan from Chorley. He is this season's starting left back. Again, not great. He's a leading player for the division below us, but it's the best that we could get in. He can't run. Basically, he's got no legs whatsoever. 22 years old, but he's not. Well, I was going to say he's not too bad as a left wing back, but he's actually pretty awful, isn't he? But we're just struggling. Nigel Gardner was another one, again a centre midfielder formerly of Liverpool, came in on a free transfer. Room to improve, again got decent potential. Martin Smith, formerly of York, Hartlepool, Chesterfield, so York and Hartlepool up in this area, played a lot of games for York. He is going to be the new defensive midfielder for the coming season. We did lose Jay Glover as well. In fact, we've lost more players than that. If we just have a look, we lost Jay Glover and we lost Josh McNamara as well, the backup goalkeeper. Next in through the door was Declan Thompson, again Altrincham, Sheffield Wednesday. He is going to be a centre half for us, again not up to standard for this division. Rob Howard was another one, a right back. We've got the option to move Cubban into central defence should we need to, but if we can just compare Howard to Cubban, we can see the difference in quality. Although Howard is much better going forward, Cubban is much better defensively. And then we've got Akeem Hines, who is a left back. He can play across the back line though, so that gives us a little bit of an option instead of Kean Williams, but again not up to scratch for this division. We have, however, beaten teams from this division before, so you know we do actually have a chance. We just have to be smart about it, really. So that leaves the squad quite small, really. We need Alexei to join us, and he does join us in September. He is a very consistent performer. He's a little bit injury prone, but he is a leading operating at this level currently, and he's got room to improve, which could be good for us, the Ukrainian. He's got some decent attributes as well, and he is improving while he's here on trial with us. So he is naturally a centre half, but he can play at left back as well. The other one, Thierry Faber, doesn't join us till next year, so that's a little bit away. He's not quite on the same level, but again he's very consistent. So this season is potential to be quite difficult for us. Like I say, we are predicted to finish 7th, which is not the best, but we initially were predicted to finish 19th, so we have improved things a little bit, which is good. And this right here is what is holding us back, because we've gone up 4 divisions in a row. The league, the reputation hasn't caught up to us yet, basically. And it needs to, otherwise we are going to struggle. Like I say, it's a little bit earlier than I was expecting. When I've done a save like this before on Football Manager 2020, it was about League One I started to struggle. But we'll just have to see how things go. You know, it could still be a good season for us. We are taking on Alfred Town today, though, away from home. Our first game ever at Tier 6. It's at the Impact Arena. Alfreton are slight favourites for the game. They are predicted to finish 15th themselves, though. Their key player, Jack Lee, he looks okay, but he doesn't look anything better than what we've got, if we're being truthful. Nice kit, though. I do like that kit. Very nice. So yeah, that's the game, guys. It's like I say, it's been a disappointing off-season for us, just due to the fact that I cannot attract any players, really. And we desperately need that reputation to catch up with us. In terms of the youth players that we've had come in as well, again, not entirely great. Potential wise, I think, in fact, I'll get it up here. This was pretty much the best that we had from our youth candidates. It was quite poor. Again, Lee Kamara, potential wise, not too bad, but it's just the youth intakes not worth what the paper they're written on at the minute. And these wages are potentially killing us. We may look to move some of them on if we can. But today's game, Alfreton Town. Let's have a look at what our first lineup is going to be in Tier 6. And we're going to go with Cubban, Thompson, Asiakono and Williams as the starting back 4, with Jordan Eastham in goal. We're then going to go Smith as the defensive midfielder. Again, he's not too bad on there. We may look to change him to a deep line playmaker instead of the defensive midfielder. We're going to go Gardner, Eastman as the 2 centre halves, and then we're going to go Gribbin, Rodney and Harker as the starting 3. I may also look to drop these wing backs onto support if we do start to struggle defensively. Bench wise, we've got Danny Edwards, Sam Greenwood, Danny Constable, James Gale and Wes Cunningham. But you can just see just how short the squad is. You know, we've only got a spare 5 players. So again, I am looking to bring more players in. But without further ado, let's get going. Let's see how we're going to fare in this division. I'm hoping that the media predictions are wrong and we can actually come out and do quite well in the league. I don't want to get stuck in the Vanarama's. Let's put it that way. Yeah. Anyway, Alfred to Town. We do have our first highlight though in the 3rd minute, and it's going to be a Norton highlight. It's going to be Williams to take the throw in. It finds Smith. Now it's Gardner. Great ball through to Gribbin, and Gribbin has missed the target. That was a real opportunity for us to take the lead in the 3rd minute. Right, 10 minutes on, and we've got ourselves our second highlight. It's Gardner again into Smith, to Aziakono. Gardner out wide to Williams. A lot of new faces on the pitch. Williams pulls it back to Gardner. It's a poor ball inside. Robinson clears it, but Aziakono wins that header. And now it's Jacob Cubbin. Feeds Harker to Gribbin again. Good tackle there by Stevenson, but Eastman feeds Gribbin, and Gribbin with another poor effort. He's got to look to put that into the far post. Gribbin is going to take this corner though. And it's a deep one. It's towards Robinson, but Thompson is going to claim that. Gribbin is offside. Ball's into Rodney, but Gribbin. It was a great cross from Gribbin. A good header by Rodney, but I could just see that Gribbin was offside. Just no efforts made to get himself back on side here to receive this ball from Thompson. A little bit laziness there. Right, into the 23rd minute now, and it's a free kick for Alfreton. Scott goes long. It's into Claxton. They've gone over the top again towards Rogers. Now Owen Evans. Great ball through to Rogers. It's a fantastic save by Jordan Eastham in the goal there to keep us in the game. That was a great effort. They do have the corner though. It's going to be taken by Hobson. It's towards that near post and Robinson, but it's a poor header by Robinson. And it's gone harmlessly behind for a goal kick. It's been encouraging so far. It's been fairly even, if I'm entirely honest. Just look at the XGs up there in the top left. We've had slightly more of the ball. They have had more shots though. And we are now approaching half time. We do have another highlight. Scott goes along with the clearance, but Williams does pick the ball up and he gives it to Aziakono. Now Gardner back to Williams again. Over the top towards Rodney. This is the opportunity. Devante Rodney has put it wide of the post. Got to score. Absolutely got to score. Rodney's having a poor game. In fact, the 2 of the front 3 are not having the best of games, and we sort of come in behind on XG wise at half time. Alfreton have started to pepper our goal a little bit here. We have dominated possession though, so I am quite happy with that. We just really need to take these opportunities. Anyway, Gribbin, the free kick specialist, what can he do? It's gone just over the bar. It was a good free kick there. I'm expecting big things from his 17 free kick taking. It could pull us out the mud on a few occasions. We're going to look to make some changes early in the second half though. Maybe just the one. We'll get our big man up top on, James Gale. Everybody else has sort of picked up a little bit, so we're just going to leave it with James Gale. Harker on a 6.3 though. Not good enough. And I feel like James Gale's presence in the box for such a big man could help us out. Right, corner for Alfreton taken by Hobson. It's towards Butterfield, but it's another header that's gone just over the bar. And Alfreton are growing more and more into this game. They are starting to really take a lot of shots against us. We are having a lot more of the ball though, which is encouraging. Cubbin is starting to look a little bit tired, but he is probably our best player, so he's not coming off. We're going to have a little shout at the boys. A little shout at them. Here we go. 88th minute. We've got a throw in. That looked like a foul throw though. Cubbin does get the ball into the box, and James Gale, that's the man you want on the end of those. But he's got to find the target. That could have been the winner there. Could have been the winner. And that is going to be the full-time whistle. Encouraging to get the draw. We sort of matched Alfreton in the end. If you remember last season though, we started off with a poor performance and then we went on to really dominate the league with just the one defeat last season. But you can see that draw does leave us currently in 12th place. A few teams on draws there. Of course, we don't want to get too far behind these guys. in terms of points if we are going to look for promotion. We might do another game. Yeah, I think we'll do another game. Let's have a quick look at what we're going to do. Bly Spartans is relatively close. It could potentially be a northeast derby against Bly Spartans. They are second in the league after picking up a win there. They are predicted to finish 16th at 34, so it could be a winnable game. So yes, I think I'll come back and I'll do the Bly Spartan games. I've got Hednesford Town to play in between, so I'll go away now and I'll do that, and I'll catch up with you guys in just a minute. Right guys, welcome back, where we're taking on a Bly Spartans in the second episode of the game. As you can see here from the league table, we are up to 7th. We're now currently on 4 points. We did in fact pick up a 3-1 win against Hednesford Town. We actually had the ball in the back of the net 5 times. Rodney and Gribbin both had the ball in the net. Both of them offside again though. But you can see that we played really well. Eastman not the best of games, but we brought Gardner on for him. Managed to bag himself a goal, did Nige, and you can see that we just were much the better team. So I'm very pleased with that. Especially as you look, Hednesford predicted to finish 13th, so technically not the greatest. Bly Spartans themselves predicted to finish 11th. They are the slight favourites again for this game, but we are going to get going. We're actually going to bring Nige in for Eastman there, due to the fact that he played much better in the last game. We've also made a change here. We swapped Cubban and Thompson around. Thompson again is comfortable as a right back. He can actually play as a wing back on attack. He's not too bad, he's not the greatest, but he's got some decent pace, so we'll give him a go. So we're going to go Thompson, Cubban, Azukona and Williams. Just incidentally, Cubban is pretty good as a centre half, tackling wise, work rate, determination. He's got good pace as well, so not too bad. Williams as the left back again. We have put Hines on the bench though. Williams has not overly impressed me. But then midfield is going to be Smith, Constable, Gardner, and then we're going to go Rodney, Gribbin and Gale again as the front three. Look, we've reached the point where we're having to give squad numbers out now as well. And Hines has picked up my favourite number 24. So yeah, Bly Spartans, if we carry on our performance, we'll do well, because we played really well against Hednesford Town. We went 2-1 up, and then they pulled a goal back in, I think it was about the 80th minute, 70-something minute. And it was a little bit nerve-wracking towards the end, but then we got that goal in injury time at the end of the game. However, we do have Blythe on the attack early on, but it's a poor cross, and Eastham comfortably claims that one. Can he get us going up the other end? He's taken his time over this. He's told them to go away. He's kicked it. It's good, great ball to Rodney. Brings it down now. Constable back for Rodney. Rodney looking to get into the penalty area. He pulls it across instead towards James Gale, and it's a poor header by James Gale. One other change I have made to the tactic is I've actually flicked on play for set pieces. We've got a bit of a free kick specialist in our squad with his 17 free kick taken, so why not try to take advantage of it and try and get some of those set pieces. Anyway, Kaleba is advancing down the line for Bly Spartans. He gets the ball into the box and it's towards Corporal, and Aaron Corporal bags his second goal of the season with a good finish there past Jordan Eastham, and we are behind for the first time in Tier 6. We'll give the boys a little bit of a shout because it came from our mistake. Did that goal there. Well guys, it's been quite quiet after that goal. This is the first highlight. It's a goal kick by Davis, but Gale wins the header, but it's straight to Carr, and now it's Corporal, the goal scorer. It's a poor pass though, and it's cut out by Constable. Constable's got Rodney ahead of him. He finds Rodney. Rodney takes it past his man, finds James Gale. Now Martin Smith into Constable again. Gardner. He's got Thompson outside him on the right hand side. Can we get the ball into the box? We can. It's towards James Gale, and James Gale gets his head on the ball. It's a fantastic save by Davies in goal there. But Norton are still pressing on the front foot here. It's now Devante Rodney outside to Williams. Into Rodney again. Williams again looking to get the ball onto James Gale's head, but Constable and Williams down this left hand side, passing the ball between them. Constable across to Gardner, and Gardner's put the ball wide. It looked harder to miss there, really, but we are still putting the pressure on here with Smith. Now Constable again into Devante Rodney. Smith, Constable, Smith, now Gardner, out wide to Thompson. Into Gardner again. Gardner with the effort, but it's gone wide of the post. Alright, and we're coming up to half time now, and it's still 1-0 to Bly Spartans. we have been the better team. Incidentally, Bly Spartans winning here actually puts them top of the league, which just shows you how good of a start they've had. And it shows you how well we're playing as well, but we really, really should have scored a couple of times there. Hopefully we can change our fortunes around in this second half. Gribben's not having the best of games. Again though, I don't really have an option for him. We are so short of players of any quality, and I've got no idea what that highlight was. Absolutely no idea. But Carr for Aduka. Aduka goes long, but that's easy for Aziakono, and now it's Thompson. Goes back out wide towards Rodney, but it's a poor pass and it's easily cut out by Corporal. Now it's Peck to Corporal again. Back to Carr. Inside to Aduka and Peck. Widget. Now Gregory goes long over the top. I've got no idea what happened there. And they've hit the post. No communication there between Eastham and Aziakono. And we've been let off with one there. That was shocking. That was just a lack of communication. Gribben is not playing very well. He's the free kick man though. And as I said, we don't actually have anybody else who can play there. Gardner and Constable are both right-footed, I believe. Yes, they are. But, you know, it's an option. If we stick Gardner out there, we will also bring Tremaine on for Gribben there. And we'll give that a go. See if that can improve our fortunes just a little bit. I'd be happy with a draw. Keep our unbeaten run going. But it is Peck with the corner for Bly Spartans. But Aziakono heads it away. Corporal is going to collect the ball though. He takes it past his man. Now Widget into Aduka. Now Corporal again. He's got Peck outside of him. Great save by Eastham. And it's just hacked clear by Williams. We're holding on a little bit here against the team in second. But we are still ahead on XG. We've had much more of the ball again. We're just not getting the highlights. Now Peck into I didn't see his name. Okoronkwo Quo. Now Widget. Now Gregory. And Kleber with the ball into the box. And Francis Okoronkwo has put Bly Spartans 2-0 up. And we could be heading for defeat here, guys. The Vanarama National League North is proving to be a little bit more difficult than I anticipated. Partly due to the players that we can bring in, because nobody wants to play for us, basically. Until our reputation grows just a little bit, we're kind of stuck with what we've got. I will keep looking, though. I will keep looking to bring new players in all the time. That's a great through ball to Gardner though. Can Gardner conjure something up for us? He finds Thompson instead. It's towards James Gale. James Gale gets one back for us with his second goal of the season. And we've got 7 minutes left to go and get another one. That is James Gale's 100th goal for Norton Stockton Ancients. It's great play down this right hand side. Gardner plays the ball back to Thompson. Great first time cross, and Gale beats his man in the air. Puts it back across the goalkeeper to get us back into the game. Can we go and grab another one to maintain our unbeaten start? We're into injury time. It doesn't look like it's going to happen. We've actually got a free kick for Blythe, and it's Gregory over it. It's headed over the bar there by the Bly Spartans player, and that is more than likely going to be full time. In fact, it is full time. And we, disappointingly, have lost our first game of the season. Not too bad performances though, you know. Gale played well, Thompson, the two centre-halves played well, and Smith played really well as well. We had a lot more of the ball, we had more efforts on goal, we had more on target, higher XG. We just couldn't put the ball in the back of the net. So yeah, if we look at the numbers, we should have won that really. Disappointing though, disappointing. Blythe have had a fantastic start to the season. And now we're playing catch-up for the first time ever in our managerial careers at Norton Stockton Ancients. We have not had to play catch-up at all the whole time that we've been in charge. Just look how close these games are as well. We've got one day off and then we're straight into Kidderminster Harriers. I'm not entirely sure what's happened with the scheduling there. Declan, you played really well. You did play really well. But that leaves us down in 11th place in the league, 4 points after 3 games. We are the favourites for the Kidderminster game, which is good. In terms of when we're going to be back, you know, I'm just going to play through a few games. South Shields is another derby. They're down in 8th. Kidderminster are 3rd. I might just play through a few games, give the league a chance to settle down, maybe come back at the start of October and see exactly where we're at. Potentially get Stowmarket here have had a poor start to the season. They've played 3 games and they've conceded 14 goals. So that could be a potential one, just to get a win on the board on camera. But we're 5 points off the top already, which is disappointing. But thank you guys for watching, as always. Please hit that like button. And I'll see you all for the next episode. Cheers, guys.